Yippee!
There we go. Hello.
Hello!
Hello, gamers.
Hello, gamers. It was taking the audio from my webcam again, but I'm back.
Yippee!
We're here. We're gonna listen to Champs in the Making. I might let the ad break in 3 minutes go through first.
Well,
We
if we've
should
got three-
probably do that.
Yeah. Because I don't want to keep snoozing it during while we're playing the thing and then have to pause it for the ad break.
Well, gamers,
That's-
the best way to avoid an ad is by subscribing to the MOONSHOT Network on twitch.tv.
That's right. One of you
That
did
is-
it. Yoda can lift his robe a little with one hand and click that button with the other. What's stopping the rest of you?
I don't want to know what Yoda's doing with the other hand.
Clicking the subscribe button, obviously.
Yeah, he's lifting his robe with one, clicking with the other. What else is he clicking on? That's no one's concern. That is between him and God and no one else.
Gamers, we got a final matchup in front of us. Not in front of us. That's a bird versus a goat.
True.
But before us, we've got Poliwhirl versus Slowbro. Marn, where do you think this is landing?
I mean, I know who I voted for, but I honestly think it could go either way. I think Slowbro has seen kind of like a very impressive showing in the last couple rounds, with just beating out a lot of opponents, won over a lot of people. But also I have to root for Poliwhirl.
Jay, how you feeling?
It's interesting, right? Because Andrew, you've done an excellent job as Poliwhirl's PR spokesman. like Poliwhirl has gotten here by its own merit, absolutely. But like at every turn, you've spoken very well of it, and I do kind of feel like Slowbro became the people's choice for like the people who didn't want Poliwhirl to succeed came together in like a chamber, a torchlit chamber, and chose Slowbro as the one they would support to attempt to take Poliwhirl down.
It has felt like there's a protest vote brewing that feels. Listen, I don't like to play this card. It feels personal against me specifically.
So what you're saying is a vote for Poliwhirl is a vote for Andrew Sherman.
No, but I'm saying that I think a lot of people think that a vote against Poliwhirl also overthrows the shackles of my tyranny.
Fascinating,
Somehow.
fascinating.
Okay. I think I support your tyranny. I like it actually. I think it's good tyranny. It rules.
Good, thank you, thank you. I
think-
appreciate it.
Which is to say, I think this is gonna go Poliwhirl, but I do not think it is going to be by a landslide. That is my prediction.
Interesting.
I think that I've done a good job advocating for Poliwhirl, but I think that I've only been able to do it because Poliwhirl has a lot worth advocating for.
Sure.
And I'm not going to sit here and talk about how good Poliwhirl is. I've done it in the past couple episodes, and I don't think that it is just my rhetorical style that has swayed people to Poliwhirl's side. It is also the fact that look at his little arms, look at his little swing, look at that spiral on his tummy. There's a lot of arguments for Poliwhirl. However, I love Poliwhirl. I worry that Slowbro might take this. I think that Slowbro. I see. I mean, Slowbro's a good opponent. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not a good Pokemon or not worth voting for as a whole. But I don't like it as much. But even I had to sit and think and make sure. Is there an argument that could make me vote for Slowbro? And I decided no. I decided no. But I could definitely see the reasons to vote for Slowbro, and I feel like people that are not as in the know as us, people that have not been deep in the weeds like we all have, I feel like they might pull things the other direction because they're just not as smart as us.
Yeah, because yeah.
No, yeah, because when you're not on mic many times a year debating the merits of specific Pokemon on a level of granularity. I was about to say hitherto unseen on the internet, but let's be honest, there's plenty of it out there, and we're just one of the many important pillars of it. Like when you don't think about this and talk about this like we do, it is a very different conversation.
I think that a lot of the arguments for Poliwhirl have. I am bashing low information voters. You're absolutely right. I think that a lot of my case for Poliwhirl is like look the platonic ideal of a Pokemon, and then I think that a lot of the ideal for Slowbro is funky though, and I think this kind of comes down to like funky versus fresh, you know.
I mean, fresh, they are from the same generation, and it is the first one. I don't know if I can go down the fresh road with you when both of these creatures were born the same year I was.
Poliwhirl is the kind of Pokemon that could crack open a soft drink and have fresh pop up behind it as it takes a first sip.
All right, yeah, no, I agree with that, and no further argument. Actually, I could see that. I saw it, and the word was in those letter stickers you could get for your Pokeballs in Diamond and Pearl. I could picture it perfectly. So I guess you're right. Fucking A.
Exactly.
I'm now wishing I had the technology to do like a fucking like 538 map of the votes while you're listening to this.
Yeah, just have a CNN like, let's go live. Let's do a zoom into we zoom into Illinois. We got 3 voters out here. One of them's gone for Slowbro. One's gone.
Here's how Golett can still win.
Yeah.
Listen. Jacqueline has a strong idea. Just fiscal responsibility. They're going for Slowbro.
Oh, should I hit play on this Windows media player?
Do we want to like say anything about the finale first, or do we want to just let it completely speak for itself?
I honest to God don't know if Riley explains in the episode what the premise of the finale is, because I haven't listened to it yet.
I assume that they will. In case they don't, the briefest introduction is that we wanted to try. Oh, Yoda lifting his robe a little bit does have a question about the finale, actually. Normally I would ignore you, but you did give us $5 whole today. So I guess I'll wait and listen. But yeah, the premise of, was the patron feed upload supposed to be a full uncompressed wave?
Yes, because that's how Riley gave it to me.
Okay, there you go. We podcast big here. Fat files here at the Moonshot Podcast Network.
The moon is a big celestial body, and we have all of it. So, we make use of the real estate.
Trapped in audio form. But I will say, we have talked to a lot of people in order to put together this bracket. We have had so much. Yeah, how that is half hour pod, half a gigabyte. I will talk to Riley behind the scenes.
I will say I do now have the MP3 version that I can go swap it with, because Pinecast only let me upload it as MP3. So I can go do that real quick while we're still yapping. Hold on.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll change over. So if you get a notification, we have not swapped out to a different finale. We haven't 3-cup Monty.
Incredibly funny.
No, we have talked to a lot of people in putting together the Champs in the Making podcast as a whole. How many episodes are we at with Champs as we're coming into the final one? Did you know off the top of your head what episode this is?
Yes, it's 111 plus 2 bonus episodes plus the Neopets stream that we did.
Okay, but so about 113 episodes of just talking to people about Pokemon and dealing with getting to the bottom of this bracket. And we have had a lot of help along the way. It has not just been just as we started Orange Grove's podcasters and then moving into Moonshot podcasters. We've had guests of all sorts on. We've had so many people from all sorts of walks of life, but mostly internet audio content creation based walks of life, if we're being perfectly honest. But a lot of people that have come in and given their opinions along the way of different Pokemon as we go. As such, for the final episode, we thought it was only fair to talk to as many of those people as we could and record their opinion upon the final matchup. So, with very little further ado, we have less chunky version of the finales now on Patreon, and
Yippee.
we're about to listen to it live. The three of us have not listened to this episode, but we have tried to get as many people as we can to give us our vote. Marin is going to be subway surfering some Emerald Rogue as we listen. We're probably just gonna sit quietly as we listen. Are we gonna listen and react, then pause to discuss between audio remarks? I'm open to it. How would you all feel? But we can also I also kind of let the work speak for itself. So where are we leaning?
I think we're probably gonna react to what we hear no matter what, even without pausing. And if we need to pause, I think we'll know it. You know what I mean? Like if it seems like we are reacting in a way that requires a pause, then Martin, feel free to pump the brakes.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's mandatory for every one of these. But yeah, if it needs to happen, it should happen.
All right.
Dope.
Well, then thank you all for joining us for multiple years as we've been putting together this bracket. And without further ado, unless one of you has further ado, let's start the greatest idea for a podcast of all time.
Okay, Andrew and Jay, tell me if this audio comes through.
It does.
Yep.
Okay.
We're good.
Chat, how's everything sound?
Hello, one and all, and welcome to the final episode of Champs in the Making, a Pokemon bracket podcast where we've put every single Pokemon in a bracket together to figure out which one the best one is, and we've come out to the final two here. Now, a lot of thought, a lot of preempt, a lot of build up to this. We obviously know Slowbro versus Poliwhirl is a knockdown drag-out fight. So I've tried to hunt down as many people who have ever actually been on Champs in the Making to give their vote as possible. That way we know that everyone got their say, okay? I have faith in the process. I obviously trust the process. This is my process. This has been my grand design for years, and it is finally coming to fruition. I look forward to seeing who votes for who, what comes out of what. However, I'm going to let you know, you got a long podcast, little clips. I'll reach out to people. Audio quality is going to vary. I'm going to call some of these fuckers on the phone. But this is it. This is the final thing. I'm excited to see what shakes out. Thank you for your time, and let's get with the votes.
Hey, this is Wheels. I won't belabor my vote too long because you heard me extol the virtues of Slowbro in the last episode. That is my vote. I'm voting for Slowbro. I like both these Pokemon a lot. Slowbro simply sparks more joy with me. If you want the more in-depth explanation, go to the last one. See ya. It's been wild.
The fact that Slowbro made it this far is, I'm going to say disgraceful, but I'm going to leave it to the side because that's not the point I'm trying to make. I do want to say that Poliwhirl is objectively the platonic ideal of a Pokemon. It is vaguely an animal, but not really an animal. It's a frog, but is it? Kinda, a little. It's a creature, for sure. It's great to look at. It's got hands. It's not like just a human. It's perfect. It's a perfect monster. Now I gotta circle back to Slowbro. It's just a dumbass, and I don't like it. And also, the fact that the shell on the tail is not the shelter that canonically bites its tail to make it become a Slowbro. It looks nothing like a Shelter. It looks nothing like a Cloyster. It's its own unique new Pokemon that's just part of an ass. I don't like it. Throw it in the trash. Poliwhirl, #1, forever.
I believe that
Hi,
was.
this is Kato, and I'm voting for Slowbro.
Jake. Oh, okay, sorry. I believe that's Jake Mason from the Morphin Grid, since he did not say his name. That's one of the Morphin Grid guys. I can't remember which one of them is which. I'm
think
sorry,
it's Jake,
both
yeah.
you and Riley. Word.
Like a Cloyster. It's its own unique new Pokemon that's just part of an ass. I don't like it. Throw it in the trash. Poliwhirl, #1, forever.
Hi, this is Kato, and I'm voting for Slowbro because Slowbro is an amazing neurodivergent king, and Poliwhirl probably hypnotizes people and does malicious things. I think that Poliwhirl's kind of a creep. IMO. Sorry.
so glad we
Hey,
got
what's
Connor
up?
back.
This is Cam. On behalf of a podcast network that no longer exists, we are casting 4 votes for our boy Slowbro, because in evolving into Slowbro, he has intentionally chosen to avoid being a monarch. That's class solidarity, baby.
Hey, this is Claudia of the Alexandrite system. I'm going to be voting for Slowbro, but more importantly, I'm going to be voting against Poliwhirl. I am sick of this motherfucker. I have been on, I think, every episode since I joined the Moonshot Network. That Poliwhirl has been up for vote, and every time I have voted against him, and every time he has somehow won, he sucks. His design is awful. It's just so deeply mid. He's a circle with a swirl and arms. I just don't understand why you people love looking at his swirly guts so much.
Yeah, we can cut the feed.
I guess for Slowbro, I think he's cool. He's pink. I have 2 shiny Slowbros, or Slowpoke. Whatever it is, I don't really care. It's whatever is not Poliwhirl.
Hello?
Hey, Alan, it's Riley.
Hey, friend, what's up?
Hey, no one take up too much of your time. I'm collecting final votes for Champs in the Making, and I'm calling everyone whose phone number I have to get a recording for. So, Alan, can I ask you, Poliwhirl or Slowbro?
I don't even remember what I put in my form that I sent in.
Did you actually send one in? I didn't see it. If you
I did.
Oh, then in that case, Big Dog, don't worry about it. I'll go hunt that shit down. If you already voted your vote, I won't make you vote again.
But here's the problem, though. It's Slowbro. Like, A, if you're just looking at type advantage, Slowbro's got it.
Naturally.
B, Slowbro is cuter. How can you say no to that derpy face?
I know you're right, but I just feel
like, and obviously y'all made the wrong choice because the answer really is Lapras, but I'm willing to forgive that, and I will say Slowbro.
When Ditto went out, I was like, we fucked this whole thing. This whole bracket's wrong. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, my friend.
You too. Love you, friend.
Love you too. Bye.
All right, bye.
Hey Riley, we just did the final 4, and I am recording this just right now, so I don't forget to do it later. I'm casting my final vote officially for Poliwhirl. It is the Pokemon to me. It is just like emblematic of everything Pokemon is. I don't feel the need to like retread any of the argument that we just had about it. Again, I think like if I showed it to my parents, like they would identify that as a Pokemon, and that's like something that is important to me. Like, it is identifiably a Pokemon. It has a great simple design. It's Poliwhirl. That's my friend Poliwhirl, and I'm voting for
Martin,
it.
you're so on top of it.
Hello, this is Jay, frequent host,
hi, Jay.
guest, and friend of Champs in the Making. I'm here today to speak about the rightful winner of our final round of Champs in the Making. Slowbro is a Pokemon created by a mystery, as has been well documented on this program. In the anime, a Slowpoke has its tail bitten by a Shelder, thus initiating the evolution into Slowbro. The question, of course, remains and has been litigated and will be litigated into the future: where does the Shelder go? Obviously, we know literally that its shell becomes the shell on Slowbro's tail, but where does its mind go? Where does its soul go? These are the questions I'll be asking on the new reboot of Champs in the Making. Welcome to Sheerio. It's like cereal, but Shelder. I'm doing a bit about cereal. My vote's for Slowbro.
I'm taking notes, Jay.
Yeah. Listen, the reboot pitch is open.
Riley,
you
huh?
talk.
Yes. Hello. I am calling you, my friend Emma, to ask Poliwhirl or Slowbro.
Slowbro.
All right, outstanding. Thank you so much. I just needed to log your vote. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Woo! I meant to send in a video and forgot.
Hey, listen, dog. If you are the only one, then I'm making multiple of these calls.
Fuck yeah, Godspeed, soldier.
Thank you. Goodbye, dog.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've got the recording going. So I just read off the text. That's it. Just a cold read. Yeah, sure. I can do that. Okay. Yeah. I insert name here. Caro, verify that this recording dated. What's the date? January 2025 is legally binding, non-retractable, subject to the Court of Moon law under oath of moonshot perjury. Da, 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 da. Do I have to read the entire thing? Okay. In this final round of Champs in the Making, I, insert name here, Taro, am casting my vote for... Look, I'm getting to it as fast as I can. You can't rush these things. What do you mean, hurry up? What do you mean the recording has to be 60 seconds or less?
Hey, we're Saker and Evan of It's All Been Done, a Bare Naked Ladies podcast, and we were on this show once. We were this show. We represented Pokemon in a way that no one ever has as non-fans of Pokemon.
And no one ever will again.
And we were the best. Like, no one ever could have been.
Or will be.
Anyway, our vote for best Pokemon in the entire universe is... Slowbro.
Oh, okay.
I hope that's 2 votes.
Not even going to weigh in there? Not even going to give me a chance to
Go
talk?
ahead.
I don't want to.
Goodbye.
I'm so sorry that didn't record.
Okay.
Just give your vote one more time, please.
Riley, what's this regarding? Quickly.
It's about Champs in the Making, the final episode. I need your vote for the podcast. Slowbro or Poliwhirl?
Poliwhirl.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. And you have any comments on Poliwhirl at this time?
Get Poliwhirl. Sorry.
You're so valid. Thank you so much for your time.
Bye.
Bye.
Riley, I'm in the parking lot of a Costco with my buddies Max and Katie, and I am thinking about how for like a solid year I bought the only sweet that I bought was black licorice swirly taffy, because every time I ate it, it reminded me of my favorite ever Pokemon, Poliwhirl, and that is why I will be voting for Poliwhirl for the champ of all time. Yeah. I love him, and I'm about to go into Costco. Thank you, bye. Mwah.
Champs in the Making actually ending, so-called best idea for a podcast of all time. Now that I've podcasted about Ernest Goes to Jail, I'm not so sure about the claim, but came down to Poliwhirl and Slowbro. Gen 1 agenda coming out on top. What a real upset, guys. Good job. Now, okay, there's a lot to weigh, and comparing these two for the final choice, you got to take into consideration a million different aspects. Make sure you're making the right choice. It has to do right by this entire project of the podcast and the bracket. You got to take it seriously, really think about the aspects of these two Pokemon across competitive and aesthetic categories. Unfortunately, you guys fucked it up big time with these two, and I vote for Miltank.
Did we lose
Thanks for having me.
Hello?
Hey, I have a quick question for you. Slowbro or Poliwhirl?
Poliwhirl.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That, Roma, is all I needed from you. I'm just taking your final vote for Champs. Do you have anything to say for Poliwhirl?
He's that boy. That's all I got for you.
That's all I need from you. It worked. Hey, listen, thank you for that. I have put your vote on the board. Thank you for your work.
No problem anytime.
Jesus.
All right.
Hey everyone, my name is Kylan, otherwise known as Kyle with an N, and today I am casting my vote for Slowbro. Reason why that is it has a very goofy mega evolution that I just love. Also, its regional variant, Galarian Slowbro, has a cannon, which is pretty cool. Its signature move, Shell Sidearm, is a 90 base power move, not counting stab, that could be either physical or special and has a 20% chance of poisoning the target, which is awesome. And also, the shinies for both the Galarian and Cantonian forms are really cool. So sorry, Poliwhirl, for these reasons, I am putting in my vote for Slowbro.
Hello.
Hey, Lee.
Hey.
Yo, it's Riley.
What up?
I am calling because I'm first off, hello, great to talk to you, great to hear from you. Secondarily,
Yes,
I'm calling
absolutely.
because you were once on the podcast Champs in the Making, and I'm collecting a vote from everyone who's ever been on the podcast, and and logging it down, and you're next on my list. So I asked you, Poliwhirl or Slowbro?
Mr. Mime.
not a response that functions as
Too
an
bad.
answer.
That's the fault of your query.
You can, from your heart, Poliwhirl or Slowbro?
I can't answer this question for you.
Poliwhirl or Slowbro?
It has to be Mr. Mime.
I can't. I need your vote. I need your vote for the podcast. Without your vote, it all falls apart.
Well, then, my vote is for Mr. Mime.
You're at a standstill.
Some people think they're so funny, disrespecting the podcast.
That's fine.
I'm open to compromise. I'm open to compromise as long as the vote can be cast for Magikarp.
Magikarp. Okay, I'll instead. What if I take Mr. Mime, Psychic type, Slowbro,
or Magikarp, Water type, Poliwhirl?
You're right. I'll log that down for Poliwhirl. That's the
Maybe.
one you
Under
said of your
duress.
own
Under
willingness.
duress.
You said that under duress and your own willingness. And so
Yes.
that's the one that came out your mouth.
Perfect. Yes. There we go. I knew we would get there.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for playing hardball. I have more calls to make. Have a wonderful day.
Andrew, how do you feel about the honor
What's up,
levels
everyone?
of that
I'm
vote?
Audrey, and I'm casting my vote for the Champs in the Making finals for Slowbro. And the reason I'm doing this is
You went
because
to
it's
Poliwag,
just
I'll take it.
good math. Slowbro is a 2-for-1 deal. You got a Slowpoke and you got a Shelter. I don't see Poliwhirl doing that. Though I will say, very interesting that we ended up with 2 Gen 1 water types as this. Also, in the anime, Slowbro did have more of a role, if I'm remembering correctly. I didn't watch a ton of the Pokemon anime, but I do remember that a Slowpoke and or Slowbro was a recurring character, sort of like Jigglypuff, obviously not as constant as Jigglypuff was, but I don't remember Poliwhirl doing much of anything, and if that's just my memory bias, then don't tell me.
Hello, Theo. Thank you so much for taking this call. Important question to you as a former voter and Champs in the Making. Poliwhirl or Slowbro? Where does your final vote lie? You have 60 seconds.
Let me look up Poliwhirl and Slowbro. Do I need to record anything? Or?
I'm recording you right now. 10 seconds have elapsed.
Is this legal?
Elapsed. Dude. Don't waste my time with fucking grammar. You're throwing off my mental wavelengths here. I'm gonna make the wrong choice on purpose now. Anyway, the answer is Slowbro because he looks cute and I like that there's a dude eating his butt.
That's so valid. You are valid. Do you have anything else further to say on either of these Pokemon before we close the book on them?
And Poliwhirl looks like a fucking rubber hose animation character. I don't need his ass.
God damn, get his ass. All right, thank you so much for your vote. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Hi there, it's PB, and this is an easy decision for me. I look at Poliwhirl, I respect what it's doing, but it's got nothing on Slowbro. Absolutely nothing. Slowbro is like the perfect symbiotic relationship with his tail getting chomped on. Slowbro has so many different forms. Slowbro is charming. Slowbro is genuinely good to play with in the games. Even Miles agrees with me. You can hear him right there. Yeah, so
we don't count
very
dog
little
votes.
to say here. Slowbro all the way.
Good job, everyone. We really can't go wrong with either of these two final options. Slowbro and Poliwhirl are both fantastic, top-of-the-line Pokemon. Love them both. Both unique, fun designs. Lovable little guys. Sorry, I said little guys again. But Poliwhirl, I think, is going to be my choice because he is like wholly unlike anything else outside of Pokemon. It's such an inventive little creature, and he's like one of the most iconic Pokemon. Like he was on like the cover of like the Pokemon manga that I had as a kid, and he's like one of the ones that's in that first opening. He's just so indicative of what Pokemon is, just creating funky little monsters that you'd want to hang out with. And Slowbro fits that mold as well, but I think Poliwhirl is the ultimate Pokemon here. He is the champ in the making.
It's Slowbro, and it's obviously Slowbro. Hey, this is Logan, and it's obviously Slowbro. It's just, I think it's been Slowbro from the jump, probably, right? It's Slowbro. It's Slowbro. It's very obviously Slowbro.
Hello, everyone. Jeff Stormer here. Final champs in the making. It all comes down to this. And it is with tremendous pride that I announce to you my vote in the final round of champs in the making for the ultimate Pokemon. And you know that I am going in on the hero, the legend. Could not be contained, could not be held down. That's right, Mr. Hold on, I'm being handed a note by my producer. Just let me... Eliminated twice. Twice. Okay, fuck it. Now I gotta figure something else out. I don't know who's on the table. Hold on, do I have a fucking coin maybe? Or, yeah, fine, just... I am proud to announce that I am going in all in on the hero, the legend, Slowpoke, I guess.
Close enough, Jeff. We'll take it.
Hello?
Hey, Cody, you there?
Yes, what's up?
Hey, it's Riley. You know this, obviously.
Yeah.
Quick question: Slowbro or Poliwhirl?
What?
Slowbro or Poliwhirl? Which Pokemon?
Are you trying to get a slow king, or a...
No. So this is the champs in the making. You were on this podcast once, ended, and I'm
Yeah.
getting a vote from everybody who's ever been on the show for it. And so I'm asking which one you're voting for.
Gut reaction, Poliwhirl.
That's where I'm leading to. So I'm glad that we both agree on this. I just wanted to call in, check. Can I use this audio for the podcast?
Sure, yes.
Perfect. All right, good chat. Thanks. I got other people to call.
All right, yeah. Bye. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Carly. So, all right, it's time to give my vote. We've got two options. We've got a tadpole that refuses to grow up into a frog, and we have a really lazy otter lizard that transits gender by being very, very dumb. And I'm going to vote for that one, so my vote is for Slowbro.
Slowbro a lizard?
Who knows?
Oh, wow.
Hey, Ty, it's Riley. I'm just calling to collect your final vote for champs in the making. Poliwhirl or Slowbro? Which one would you pick?
Poliwhirl.
Okay, instant. Thank you so much for your work. Do you have anything to say in support of Poliwhirl?
He's round, but he's strong.
Mm-hmm. God damn,
Yes.
You're so right. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your work. I got more calls to make. Goodbye, my
All
friend.
right. Godspeed.
All right, Mandy, you are on the show, so you need to vote. This guy, Poliwhirl, or this guy, Slowbro?
Poliwhirl.
Thank you.
Thanks,
My
Mandy.
vote
Thanks,
is
Mandy.
for Slowbro because fuck Poliwhirl.
Wow. Couldn't even tell who that was if I'm being completely honest.
Hey, Riley, what's up?
Hey, Joe. I'm calling everyone who has been on Champs in the Making that I haven't received a vote from yet for the finale. And so, A, I can record this, and B, who would you vote for, Slowbro or Poliwhirl?
Okay, record this.
Okay, gotcha. You're good.
Okay.
I've been thinking about belly drum a lot lately. No, I'm serious. In addition to fascism, I have been thinking about belly drums. It's just a stupid move. Pokemon is stupid, and I don't know why. Also, my 1.5-year-old does it sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, he's raising his attack. It's going fucking nuts. Slowbro is just perfect. Is the thing. Let's talk. I guess strategy-wise, the typing is pretty solid. Waters does a special. Psychic is solid. Got insane. It's a very tanky guy. I would say Slowbro is the winner, and not only is he the winner, but like, I don't want him to do like Slow King and the other shit. I want him to stay. He's perfect, just a little upgraded.
He's good where he is. He does not need to grow any further from where he is in his heart.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think
that's
beautiful.
my vote. It's Slowbro. Yeah.
That's a good vote. You are the. Let me tell you, it's crazy how many people answer their phones in the middle of a Tuesday.
Well, I'm unemployed. That helps.
Fucking fair.
I think about belly drums.
Thank you so much for your vote. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, my friend.
Thank you. See ya.
I should think about belly drum more often.
It's still hard for me to believe I have to do this. Out of all the possibilities, 2 Gen 1 Pokemon remain. I've spent so much time since joining Moonshot making sure that every time Swampert was up on Champs, I would be there to guilt people into not voting out my girl. And I did it because I cared. That's something Pokemon is only tangentially about, caring. It's collecting, cultivating. And so it goes. This whole project is exactly the same. Pure cultivation. It matches up very well with the Pokemon ethos, and that's why Champs is such an amazing show. But I want to care about my Pokemon, and I've had ones I've cared for, and I've lost them along the way. That's the process. We're finding out who the best one is. But here and now, while I have my say, I'm going to reject that and look to where my care leads me instead. So I vote for Slowbro.
Slowbro is disqualified on the basis of being 2 Pokemon in a way that is never explained. Poliwhirl forever, Poliwhirl today, Poliwhirl tomorrow, Poliwhirl until the heat death of the universe. Thank you, good night, and good luck. And now I'm going to take a shower. That's what you hear in the background.
Hey clown. Vote literally right now through text. Slowbro or Poliwhirl?
I think I gotta go Poliwhirl. Loves Slowbro and his funny gun, but still.
Hi, it's Julia, and these are 2 water Pokemon with an iconic psychic-type move going head-to-head. We've got Poliwhirl with that Hypnosis Spiral, and we've got Slowbro with that Amnesia. Just incredible vibes. It's gonna go with Slowbro. It's gonna go with the Yadoran to go on the Yadon. This has gotta be Slowbro.
I'm Ryan. I am voting for Slowbro because I think Slowbro has a stronger design. And I think I prefer Slowbro, even though Poliwhirl is a really fun guy.
Look, I don't know what's going on here. The last time I was asked to do one of these, there was a tie. Phoebe said I voted wrong. There was a whole thing. So, I vote for whoever PP voted for. Whoever that is, that's what I vote for. I vote for PP's vote.
Hey everybody, I'm Sam. I am very excited about this matchup because one of the things that I like most about Pokemon is finding different evolutions, and especially like 3-tier evolutions for different Pokemon, and seeing all the possibilities that can come with it. My vote is going to be for Poliwhirl. I love the fact that it's a 2nd stage evolution Pokemon that has an option of what you want to do for its 3rd stage. I think that that's super fun. I think that it is, the design of it is fun. I like Slowbro a lot, but I think that the fact that it evolves, this is its final stage evolution, is kind of putting the nail in the coffin for me there, but you don't have to worry about that because according to Slowbro's Pokemon Silver Pokedex entry, it is, quote, naturally dull to begin with. it lost its ability to feel pain due to Shelter's seeping poison. So I'm not going to be super concerned about how Slowbro is going to feel about this one. But congratulations to Poliwhirl, I hope.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm not gonna do some bit and waste everyone's time. I'm voting for Poliwhirl. You've heard me talk about why for enough episodes recently. So Poliwhirl's my guy. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for being a supporter of Champs in the Making this whole time. And we're excited to see what comes next. Bye.
The last vote of Champs. I better be careful with this one. I haven't been on an episode in like 2+ years, but I only have 30 seconds, and that means I'm going to pick Poliwhirl, the platonic ideal of a Pokemon. It's very simplistic,
Correct.
but it gets his whole deal across. He's just a perfect little guy I want to pick up. Also, he's awesome in Pokemon Adventures.
Well, my friends, there you have it. I have gone ahead and I have counted 14 votes for Poliwhirl and 25 votes for Slowbro.
Good lord.
A total of 39
Jesus.
votes. And Slowbro is officially, without question and without equal, the greatest Pokemon of all time. That's just it. We did it. This is the answer. It may not be what you were hoping for. It's not what some of the people on this call were hoping for. And I'm the only one on this call. But it's the way it turned out. I'd like to thank every single one of our guests over the years for being here. For the ones who could show up today, even to make a joke, it means a world that you're on this call at all. And I appreciate it. Thank you, the listener, for listening in to Champs in the Making all these years. And if anyone ever asks, hey, what's the best Pokemon? Or you see someone doing a stream on like a Pokemon ranker or something like that, just let them know the work's already been done. And we took care of it for them. The answer's Slowbro. Well, brought this podcast into this world, and I guess it's time to take it out. So, bye.
Letting Slowbro die in this Everogue run in protest.
I gotta be honest with y'all. I mentioned earlier that I forgot what the bit I did. One, Andrew, I don't know. I think you should have leaned into doing a stupid bit and wasting everyone's time. Like, why not? You know, like more and more people are saying this. But two, I mentioned that I had done that bit and immediately forgotten it. I also forgot who I voted for, because if I'm being completely honest,
Yeah, I noticed that.
It took so long. Look, the numbers speak for themselves. I don't need to speak more about my own opinions. I think these two Pokemon are evenly matched, and I was gonna be fine with whoever came out either way. Andrew, I'm sorry we turned this stream into your ritual death.
Yeah, this one did kind of hurt. I'm sitting here like the John Bernhal in the chair going, no, wait. Why did I suggest that we listen to this live and I just get beat down? Well, luckily, when people die around Easter time, they come back 3 days later. So I'll see you all on
true.
Wednesday.
You'll be coming out with a Poliwhirl along your side.
Oh man.
Thank you all for. I mean, thank the both of you for being here and for being such a being part of the pivotal behind the scenes force that was moving this podcast along from its beginnings to the finish line. I think both of you at different times picked up that can and said, we got to keep this thing moving, and kicked it a little bit further. So thank you for the help that you've all done. Thank you to everyone all of you for listening and watching and showing up here on a Sunday night for a stream to end a podcast in the most tragic way possible. But thank you all for caring about this project of ours for so long. This has been the greatest idea for a podcast of all time, and I'm very excited to see what we do next as a big project as a network. I'm so glad that we got this done.
Yeah, it was really cool to hear so many voices on like voices old, voices new, voices who I know but I have forgotten have been on Champs. A couple people who, if they hadn't said their name, I would not have remembered, even though I may have been on a call with them once, like before the outset of the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, like that is the full breadth. Kato getting back in there and giving us a vote was really cool. Like that, as someone who like I hear on Remap Radio all the time and think very fondly of, oh yeah, they were on Champs once. It's very cool to hear a lot of people come back and be part of finishing this thing that it is hard to remember life before we started doing.
Yeah, it's wild. Martin, did you have final thoughts?
Fucking like Champs was one of the big the first big group projects that started on the network, and I remember being a part of the planning for it, and it's fucking crazy that we both finished it and that it lasted this long. Like there were 2 gens of Pokemon that came out while we were doing this.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I love Champs. I know we've talked in hypotheticals about other stuff we might do on the feed one day. And we'll see where we go with that, but I am more than happy to just leave it as a finished product for now.
Except for the Pokemon fuckability bracket coming up next. Inspired by Markiplier. So get your hot takes ready.
Oh
no, we're not immediately gonna fire this up and do another big bracket. The first one took us, looking at the clock, 6 years. We're gonna figure out what comes next, but this has been a blast, even if it was wrong in the end. You ever do a thing for 6 years only to realize it was a mistake?
Yes, but here's the thing, Andrew. I've been there. I don't know. Miss Magius lost in probably round 3 or something. I've been welcome. We're the 2 guys about to get hanged, and I'm looking at you and going, first time. Like that's what this is. We have all felt pain. Now you're here with us. Welcome to the Hellraiser Cube, known as Champs in the Making.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be so honest, the guy that I wanted to win the top 2 got axed in the final 4, so...
Yeah, me and I'm with you. I out of those final 4, I had to come in wanting Golett all the way.
Yep, I wanted Golett to win.
Yeah.
Didn't deserve it.
I guess it was decided thus.
Oh, Champs in the making.
Champs in the making. Hey Martin, how's Emerald Road going?
It's really going. I'm still alive.
The Moonshot fainted. I saw that one. I'm gonna post that when when this network crumbles.
And are you doing Sleepover Sunday tonight, by the way?
Sam, you're upstairs watching. Are we doing Sleepover Sunday tonight? I wasn't planning on it since this overtook it.
I was like, do we have to get off the channel so that Andrew can stream?
No, I think we're recovering from family visiting, so I think that we're taking it as a blessing in disguise that this stream is happening.
Yeah, happy Easter, everyone. We killed Poliwhirl.
Happy Easter. Oh, but don't eat all those candy in your basket. Some of them might be little Poliwag eggs waiting to hatch into your new best friend. Just because he didn't win doesn't mean he can't be your new best friend. Yeah, or it's a bunch of them. They might just infest your home. There's no way to know.
Yeah, you really don't want a bunch of frog eggs in your place. That's no bueno.
I mean, I guess if you live in a swamp, then it's fine.
Yeah, you know what? Or the other thing you could be celebrating today. Light them up, gamers.
Hey, real. Hey, do you need a little something to help the loss of Polyworld go down a little easy? Do I have good news for you?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing after this.
Yeah, baby.
Googling edibles question mark.
I know it's legal in your state. No, it's legal in your state. I
It's
bought
legal,
it there
I'm just
once.
a poser.
It's okay. We forgive you. No, I mean, like just to talk about champs a little more at the end here. Like, Andrew, you mentioned the like keeping it going as we, went from Orange Groves to Moonshot and everything. And like this show has meant so much to all of us who've been a part of it for a long time. And I think one of the big things it's meant is like having so many voices on, like in a very real way. Weaver Roswell, who was Ben when he was first on and was first on Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends, and then was Rufus for a while and now is Weaver. I know I have it on authority. He is fine with those various names being used. I'm not using a previous name against anyone's will. He genuinely one of my best friends in the world, and that friendship began the night he was on Champs for the first time. He and I continued to be on a call for a while. Like this was like right before I did. And like that's the kind of thing when I think about Champs is friendships like that, and people like we had some additional postage required folks on. We had people who maybe don't do a ton else with the network but have been on Champs once or twice. It's hearing all the voices on this, it is a chronicle of how many people we've all gotten to work with and make fun stuff with over the years, more than like anything else. And I think having Champs as a living document of all of the weird takes about Pokemon we've had over the years is like kind of the most like we could ever to be, and I think that's just really beautiful.
Yeah, Champs was truly like the kind of collaborative show that it was really easy to get people on, because you could just be like, hey, this is a 30-minute show. We literally set a timer. All you need to do is show up and have opinions. And so many people were like, oh, that's so easy for me to do. I can show up and have opinions.
Yeah. You can throw that at anyone. And we did.
Except for all these people in the final, they're like, I'm not picking between the two. Mr. Mime.
Mr. Muff.
You see what a protest vote
Mr.
gets you?
Mime.
It puts Slowbro on the throne.
How could you just invalidate your vote like that?
Mr. Mime had to be invoked at least once, and I'm glad someone stepped on that grenade. Also,
anyways, to wrap things up, I think that coughing is soft, but with a harder shell, so you can like, it's supple, but it's got a little bite to it. You couldn't just just easily bite into it. You'd have to get a little bit like in there. You know what I mean?
Why would you bite it?
I think that it's easier to imagine a texture using your mouth than it is to using your hands.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I'm
like-
with you on that. That's a real strategy. That's
Like
really
look around the space where you currently are. Infant coded. Shut the fuck up, Chrissy. Well, I'm not coming back from that one.
Excuse you, Andrew. Shut the fuck up, Yoda lifting his robe a little. Let's use his real current name.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, look around you. Picture everything in your office. It's probably easier to picture. It's like, even if it's something you've never put in your mouth or licked before, you can imagine the texture on your tongue. That's what the human brain's built for, baby. It's not about the hands. Anyways, imagine biting into a coughing. How's that going to feel?
Imagine biting into a Poliwhirl. How's that gonna feel?
Like an animal.
Yeah, probably like biting into a frog. Biting into a coughing, I think, would be like biting into a dodgeball, but it's like filled with gas.
Yeah, I think slightly deflated basketball or dodgeball.
Sam, what are you sending me? The cortical homunculus?
What? Why are we
Sam, what
reading
does
about?
this mean?
What the fuck is this?
Distorted representation of the human body based on a neurological map of the areas and portions of the human brain dedicated to processing motor functions. Yeah, okay, that's why it's got a real big tongue.
This page has some of the worst art I've Like the second image of the 2D cortical motor homunculus
Oh
is
no!
that's some Dante's Inferno shit.
Hang on,
Holy,
I'm gonna put
wow.
this on screen in OBS.
The two ones with the giant hands a little further down the page, those look like they belong in the stop motion movie Mad God. Like there's just wow.
Anyways,
Homunculi, everybody.
this thing clears every Pokemon we've talked about so far.
when you really think about it, are the two motor homunculi with the big hands not just what Poliwhirl could? Scientists will one day guess Poliwhirl may have looked like after it's gone extinct.
I do like its little butt. You scroll down to the bottom of the page, there's like 3 images of the one, and there's just a little butt.
Oh yeah.
Martin, don't scroll
does
down.
have
You don't show dong on
there's
screen.
a fully visible dong there. Wow. Hey, where's the Pokemon based off this fellow?
Yeah, hold on.
Come on, Gen 10, let's go.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Martin, if you want to keep either posting this or playing Emerald Rogue, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. If you want to play more Emerald Rogue, I'll hang out and call.
But I do think that I need to go lay down and process my defeat.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I told my roommates this would take 30 minutes, and it's now taking like an hour and a half. I promise.
Well, thank everyone for being here, both on the screen and elsewhere. Champs has been a real blessing, and it is very exciting to see it end. So thank you everyone who was part of it, from downloading MP3s to sharing with your friends to tweeting in at us and retweeting us and everything. It really means a lot to us as a whole and to me as a home.
Go listen to other stuff on the network. Go support us on Patreon. Follow us on social media. We might have a cool announcement coming tomorrow morning. Wink, wink.
Hope no one has anything going on in May.
The entire month.
The entire month.
The whole month of May.
We'll sell you a whole seat, but you're only going to need the ad.
Oh. In the spirit of champs, bye.
Bye.
Bye.